Warning, this video contains guitars, foul language and an idiot, but not necessarily in that order. Alright guys, so today is a QC day. And I'm going to try and make this as succinct and as quick as possible. So, question for you. Are you a QC player, Quad Cortex, yeah, who is fed up with doing Michael Flatley impersonations, stamping all over your QC? Or have you, mid-playing, gone to step on the button for your next soaring lead solo, only to go and step on the clean or something like that, which is just, yeah, the wrong patch. Now I got size 9s, which is generally speaking the average kind of size, apparently about 4 to 5 inches. But the average size sort of size for feet is 9, yeah? And I generally speaking wear Dr. Martens as well. And I quite often step on the wrong fucking button on the Quad Cortex. That's my biggest gripe with it, is the buttons are too close together. Anyway, right. So, I also, in the band, we also cue off. Because we don't have a keyboard player and we play 80s stuff, we cue off like some backing or something like that, or a click track or something like that for the drummer to play to. And we have some backing from keys, just to pad the sound out and stuff like that. So, prior to this, what I've normally been using is just an iPad, and I've been using something like Google Drive, uploading the files to there, and just firing them off via that. The only problem being is sometimes, even though you save it offline, it still thinks that the file is not online, or if you've still got to sign into Google Drive online first to access your offline files. It's a fucking pain in the ass. What I've swapped and what I've found out recently is I'm using a new app on my iPad, which has just fucking revolutionized the playability and the ability to MIDI control my QC. Oh, and it's an absolute fucking doddle. So that's what I'm going to take you through now in this video, is what the app, the Easy Performer app. I'm not going to go through how to set up all your songs and stuff like that. That's a piece of piss, honestly. I'll kind of touch on it a little bit, but the main thing is how to set up the Bluetooth, not cabled, Bluetooth MIDI plug that I've got for my QC. How to connect it then to Easy Performer, and then how to set up triggers within each of the patches and stuff like that on your QC and within Easy Performer. All right. So stick with me, this guy. It's going to be a bit dry, but honestly, it's an absolute fucking piece of piss once you've got it sorted out. Okay. There's also a couple of little lessons I've learned as well going through when I'm using Easy Performer that will make your lives a lot easier. Because I've kind of learned the hard way. Anyway, right. So this is it then. Okay, so this is Easy Performer. Yeah. Excuse the wobbly picture. Yeah, because I'm having to kind of take this with my phone. But this is Easy Performer. It's off the actual App Store. Let me open up the App Store a second. Okay, so this is the app. Yeah. I'm going to open it up. Looks a little bit like this. Great stuff. So it's kept all my bits and pieces. Right. Okay. So, in the edit function, when you've uploaded files, so basically the premise of Easy Performer is you sign on to a website, you upload any of your backing track files and stuff like that up onto the website, and then you basically sync it in. When you sign into an account in Easy Performer, you've got the option to, so that's like, I'll do 25, yeah, add file, And these are all my files that I've uploaded to Easy Performer online, and I can just select which one I want. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll use, let's have a look here. Pour some sugar. So I'll pop pour some sugar on that one there. Yeah. Right. Now, one little tip. Whenever you're using Easy Performer, what I normally would do in my Google Drive is I numbered them. So I know in each order then what each of the different songs go into. So I did. So basically, I can just kind of order them by number, and they're bang, they're there. Yeah. The only problem is though, when you go into use it in Easy Performer, you get the option to, using this little button here, swap them around. Yeah. Like that. Because I've got 25 there and I've got 9 there. So what I would do is just name them, but don't number them. Okay. Just a little tip. Anyway, so let's stick to the target. Stay on target. Right. So when you get the app up, okay, what you've got in the settings here, on the right hand side here is the Midi. Yeah. Yeah. So this is it here, pricing. So it's $34.99. So it's not cheap. Yeah. And the actual Midi app plugin, that once you've got it all working, it was $19.99. Okay, so we're still talking, yeah, you got me close on 50 odd quid, something like that. But honestly, guys, for what you're able to do, it is absolutely fucking priceless. So anyway, so back to the target, yeah. Okay, so once you've signed up to your account, I mean that was in euros as well then. So if you're in the UK, it's a bit cheaper again. You're probably talking, I think I paid about 40, 45 quid, something like that it was. But let alone Easy Performer itself being really good, yeah. The plugin is just fucking priceless. So once you've activated your account, yeah, you have activated your Midi plugin active, you get this, and you get this at the top. If you're missing that little icon there, that means that your plugin is not active. So you get 7 days, first of all, to try the trial with it first, before you have to pay for it anyway. All right. Right. So let me go over to the QC. Right. Settings. That's it. Settings. And Midi settings. Yeah. Just make sure that your Midi channel is channel 1. You can change it. You can change it within the little tool, or the little plug that I bought, the Bluetooth plug. You can change the channel, but it's just easier just to leave it on 1. Okay. So I've left it on 1 here. Yeah. And these are the settings I've configured it with here. So your MIDI through is on, MIDI over USB, right? Ignore duplicate PC, MIDI in clock out. Now this is crazy really, because I've actually configured it here as MIDI over USB, but I'm not using USB. I'm actually using it via this. So let me unplug this a second. Oh, come on, get out. Right. So this is a Midi master. Okay. So this, and I'll put a picture on the video in a minute. To the actually how I think I bought this off Amazon, and there was hardly any setup for it. Okay. So what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to take you through the entire process of getting it up and running. So I'm going to plug that back in on the left hand side. So I'm looking on the left hand side here. Yep. And then the other one on the right hand side. Oop. Let me get it in, and what I'll do is I'll tip the QC up so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So the MIDI in has got the little one. The MIDI out to send out, yeah, is the big one. And I've just linked the cable underneath to the bottom of it. You see? Yeah, just plugged it into it. Okay, sorry about the focus, guys. I'm just trying to do this as best I can. Right, so I've got that plugged in now. Yeah, I've checked. I might made sure that my channel is correct. Yeah, so that's cool. Right. So this, what I'm doing is I'm using this patch here in scenes. Bump, bump. Let me bring it up. Yeah, bump, 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 and just so on. Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's go back over to our iPad. Now I think you can run this off. Yeah, you can run it off Android as well. I don't know why it's like via Android. I'm just using it via iPad. It works really, really reliably and seamlessly every time. Right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to my Bluetooth, and you're going to see this. Okay. So I've connected to that first one. I don't know what that second one is, and that second one is, maybe it's the other part of it. I don't know, but I've not had to do anything with it. I'm purely just going to show you what I've had success with. Don't ask me any extra questions about it. To be honest, I'm not an expert, but I know this definitely works. So anyway, I've linked up my the Midi master, that top one there. There wasn't any code to link up to as in to pair Bluetooth. It just gave me the chance to just pair it. Okay, so I just paired it. Away to go. It found it. Right. Once you've connected to it via Bluetooth, now remember each time you have to go in when you plug in the thing into the back of your QC. Yeah, because it then draws the power off the QC. It powers that up. It powers up the Bluetooth, so you make sure you have to connect to it via Bluetooth each time. Alright, so I'll go back out of here now, and I will go back into this little app here. So it's Midi. You need to have that little Midi app as well. Alright, so that again is on the App Store. Alright, it looks exactly the same as that. Alright, so once you've downloaded that as well, and you've connected to your Bluetooth, you should see Midi Master. And what you do when you click on it, it will scroll around a few times, and then if it's connected properly, bang, there we are, it's connected. So it's reading it. I'm seeing the MAC address of it all. Yeah, I can see what version of firmware I'm on and so on. Now I've not had to change any of these settings. So there are more settings here. Yeah, I have had to, there's activate and stuff like that, but that's all I've had to be able to do. I can't remember actually whether I needed to activate it. I don't think I did, to be honest. I can't remember. If it doesn't work, give it a try. But it was already done. So once I've gone into, so remember, first of all, go into your Bluetooth, connect to your Bluetooth and your normal Bluetooth, then fire up the Midi or the Midi Master app, connect via that, make sure you've got that. Then once you've gone into that, then go back into Easy Performer, and then when you click on the Midi devices up here, again, each time you close down your iPad or you close down the Easy Performer, you have to go in each time and select your device, because each time you turn off your QC, it powers down the Bluetooth device, yeah, and it will disappear from this app. But yeah, all you have to do is just go into it, select it. Yeah, great stuff. Now I've got it as turned orange. Okay, so that's your hardest part done. That is now connecting to my QC. Alright, now notice now, yeah, what I'll do is my normal patch, my main rhythm patch is on G. Yeah, okay, right. What you need to do then, okay, is say any of these songs that you've started off and you want to power off and you want to control the QC. What I'll do is I'll go in now and I will click edit, and I'll click the song. Right. Down the bottom here is configure Midi. Okay, so see these? These are all changes during that song. Right. Tip number 1. So what you've got down here is program change, control change. I suppose if you're changing patches, yeah, on your QC, you would use PC for a patch change. But what I'm doing is I'm using CC to change the different scenes within the one patch. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So the first thing I need this to do is I need it to, at the start of every song, select my normal tone, or select my start off tone. Now, can you see what I've done here? Yeah. Position 001. For some reason it doesn't work if you leave it at 000. You have to put at least a 1 in. Yeah. So basically these are minutes, seconds and milliseconds, I think it is. So you have to make sure it starts off past 0. Alright. So the first thing I need to do is make sure what I've done is, so I tell you what, let me come out of that second and I'll add one now. Yeah. So I'll click on CC. That's gone to the top of there because it's in time range. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll go into here then. Now, can you remember as well? So what I'm essentially doing here is making sure that this is changing, yeah, at 00001. So I'm going to do 1, yeah, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose the controller. Now, on the QC page is controller functions. Yeah, so on the QC page there's a list of controller functions. So I'm going to bring up the page a second. Right, okay. Okay, so this page here, right? So what I'll do is I'll put a link up on the screen and I'll put it in the description as well of this video. Yeah, but they're the CC list. So can you see now, essentially you've got foot switch A, foot switch B, yeah, all the way to H. Same as on here, yeah, ABC all to H. So say I want the system or Midi Performer to switch between, say, foot switch, whatever's on C, yeah. So what I would do is I would use the in the red on the left hand side is the number. So I would put in there in the controller. So if it's for C, yeah, C is 37. And what I would do is I'd put in here 37. Yeah. Okay. Leave my value at 0. Yeah, I don't need to change that. And then now what I'll do now is I'm gonna, when I hit that so like almost like a test to send the command. So 37 being on C. So what this should do now, when I click, you can't see off here. I got my finger on the button. I'll see if I can clear it. Yeah. What I'm going to do, you'll see it go change from G to C. Boom. And it's that simple. And all you basically do then, so I'm going to come out of that a second. All you basically do then is build that up throughout the song at each time. So I've got at different times within the song, changing between 37, 38, back to 37. Yeah, so what I'm also basically doing, I'm changing from C to D to all and so on. So let me try and put this back down to G now. I'm going to press the play button on here, and what you'll see, because my first one is at 0001, changing to 37, which is C, yeah, and then at 19 seconds, it'll change to 38, which is D, yeah. So I'm going to press play, bang, yeah. I've got the sound turned down on the app at the moment, just for like more like copyright and stuff like that. However, soon as this gets now to 19, it'll change to the app. Bang, there, yeah. Then it goes to 30, So what, 24, 25. Yeah, it's that simple, guys. Bang, back again. I do not have to go fucking dancing all over my QC anymore because the iPad does it all for me. It's absolutely fucking amazing. Now, what you could say is, okay, say I don't want to use it with a backing track. Just record a blank track. Record a blank track, yeah, and have, I'm not entirely sure within Easy for Format. I mean, Easy for Format really is meant to fire off backing tracks and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the whole point. But what you could do is just have like a blank. Let me see. Let's see if the blank would have it. Will a blank have it now? Yeah. So a blank configure Midi. Yeah. So the problem being now is that when I set this for, it doesn't know at what time within the song to do it. But if you've got like a click track or something like that, which is just the length of the song, there we are. You can just use that. So this is really, really, really handy for controlling controlling MIDI while you've got your backing tracks. Now that little plug there, yep, that's so easy. It is so easy. So I'm sure, now don't quote me on this, but I'm sure you could use that for controlling by loads of other stuff. I could put a MIDI through then out to the other guitarist in our bands to control his. Yeah, I could control maybe some lights or something like that. It's just endless, which could all be done via Easy Performer. Absolute game changer. Oh, right. Let everyone remember, yeah? So let's go back into this one here. Yeah. I'm not sure if you saw then when I go into configure Midi. Remember we were saying channel 1? Yeah, and on my Quad Cortex, in my settings, channel 1. Make sure you got them on both on the same channel, guys. But it's that simple. It's just a game changer. So, yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Give it a try. I know it was. I think. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. Let me bring up the page now for the Widi Master on Amazon. So here it is, guys. Yeah. This is the one here. 45 quid. 45.69. So you're looking at. You're still. I mean, you're looking at. You're still talking 45 quid for the app and the plugin, and then another £45 for the actual plug. But that plug there can be used for loads of different functions. Yeah. Well, I see so many people with the QC that have got additional foot switches, which are a bit more spread out. You don't actually use the foot switches on the QC. Now, one handy little thing that I could do, I use an expression pedal. Yeah. So I have expression pedal out. Shows what I like to do is have an adjustable volume, all right, throughout the show, which I can just bring it a little bit in, bring it back out, rather than my full lead, yeah? Now you could do that via MIDI. But what I do is I like to have that foot switch at hand, all right? I could use that same expression pedal to swap to wah, give me that full thing, then kick it back over to normal volume. Wow. What I could also do is have a long cable and have my QC not even on the floor. That could be in the rack. And all I've got to do then, all I've got on stage then, is just an expression pedal. Oh my God, wow. Now, that's going to take a little bit of confidence building that it just works every time. But I promise you guys, I've used it for a number of different gigs now, and it's not flinched one little bit. It's stayed connected all the time. I don't know what the distance is between the iPad and the Bluetooth controller that plugs in the back, but it's never once gone out. So yeah, so hopefully that's a nice short and sweet one today, guys. Feel free to give me your comments. Let me know if you've got any other alternatives. Let me know what the fucking rest of it does. But all I know is it just does what I needed to do. Easy performer. To be fair, like, I'm not paid by anyone. This is just purely just showing you and going through just experience. I'm not being approached or whatever to promote any of this. This is just purely just tips. Easy performer, I found it really, really, really good. You've got like a fade out button on there. So say like you come to a song that's going on and on and on for ages. Oh, there we are. Superstition. The end of that just goes on for fucking ever. Bunk. It just fades out nicely. It's really, really, really handy and really super easy to work. But anyway, that's enough for me, guys. Nice short and sweet one, guys, today. Catch you again soon. Oh, please like and subscribe, because this channel's building, and it's really, really appreciated, guys. Anyway, catch you again soon.